Welcome to Business on NC Continental Prime. I'm Tolulope. Adeleru-Balogun. Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari presented the 2022 budget to a joint session of the National Assembly earlier today. A breakdown shows that the Ministry of Works and Housing gets the highest allocation at 352.65 billion naira out of the entire 1.759 trillion naira capital expenditure for ministries, departments, and agencies. The Ministry of Finance, Budget and National Planning comes next on the list with 158.07 billion naira. This amount includes 150 billion naira for the Power Sector Recovery Program transfer to the Nigerian Bulk Electricity Trading Company. Next is the Defense Ministry receiving 128.94 billion naira and Transport getting 120.6 billion naira. Other ministries with high capital allocation include Health with 108.29 billion naira, Education 100.75 billion naira, and Water Resources 86.72 billion naira. Now joining me is Samuel Oyekanmi. He is the research analyst at Nairametrics, who's going to break this down. Samuel, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us on the business segment for the news.
Thank you very much. Nice being here.
All right. So part of the things, yes, I can very clearly. So part of the things that President Buhari said, and as well representatives of the presidency have said, is that the adjustments for this budget is because of the PIA. So how does the Petroleum Industry Act influence the 2022 budget?
The idea about the PIB is in the sense that the federal government is trying to regulate the oil and gas industry. Very well, you and I know that the oil and gas industry, as much as it contributes to maybe about 10% of the national GDP, they actually account for most of our foreign exchange earnings. And as far as we're concerned, we're still largely a oil-dependent economy. So in essence, the federal government is trying to attract more foreign investment into this sector. Although my very good question as an analyst would be in a situation whereby every other economy is trying to diversify away from petroleum and going into fossil fuel energy and the likes. It's at that point that we are trying to attract investment into oil and gas. But nonetheless, what he is trying to say is that we want to attract more incomes, more investment into this sector. That is why the PIB has been designed in such a way that it is appealing to foreign investors. Because if you look at data from the MBS, it shows you that our capital importation over the recent time, the past 2 years, has really dwindled significantly. And this is there's no big excuse for this, if not for the fact that Nigeria's economic landscape has not been attractive to foreign investors.
So let's talk about our budget deficit, and that's been a major issue. So Nigeria's budget deficit is projected to rise to about 5.62 trillion naira in 2022, up from 5.60 trillion naira in 2021. How do we expect that this is going to be financed in the coming year?
Well, over the course of recent years, and particularly in this administration, but in all previous administrations anyways, we've been having budget deficit, and they've been sourced on equal grounds from both domestic and foreign grounds. So the same thing was done from last year, was divided into two equal parts, sourced from foreign multinationals, from multilateral and bilateral agreements, get debts from loans from the World Bank and the IMF, and so on and so forth. While from the domestic debt side, we go to the treasury bills. Every month, the Debt Management Office issues 2 to 3 tranches of federal government bonds on their site, and a lot of people do subscribe to this.
All right, Samuel, thank you so much for joining me on Business. So I spoke to Samuel Oyekanmi. He's research analyst at Nairametrics, and of course breaking down the budget as presented by President Muhammadu Buhari today to a joint session of the National Assembly. And that's Business on NC Continental Prime. I'm Tolulope. Adeleru-Balogun.